Happy Thursday, brother. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, sister. How you doing? Happy Thursday to you as well.
I'm delighted to be back in the Rose Garden after I have been gone for 2 weeks. For those who don't know me, my name is Sarita, and I'm the second half of this wonderful sibling duo who comes together each week to give honor to our grandmother and also come to support each other in this universal journey. And it's still May, so it's your birthday month. I'm gonna celebrate you
Yeah,
all.
yeah. But started off. I'm gonna continue it for the entire year.
Yeah, you celebrate your
Yeah,
birthday.
I'm gonna try to celebrate it for the entire year this time.
Oh, what's that look like, middle-aged man?
I reject that. I don't embrace middle or beginning or end. It's all time is irredeemable. You know what I mean? Shout out to our producer in the back. You know, we got a producer. The dad is one of the salute the flag. Represent Mr. Tony
Welcome.
Lewis.
Look at us getting fancy, yo. We got a producer. We are about to be people about to be listening if I can get myself in. So I think I owe folks an explanation of why there's been some absences. In the last couple of months, I have been interviewing for a huge national role, and I started that national position 2 weeks ago. And so with any transition there's changes in my schedule. So sometimes the Thursday at 2 o'clock time doesn't work now because I'm on the road. So it's a big adjustment for me. And oh, shout out to my brother who was, boy, you could be like a whole onboarding coach, like talking about the fear that happens when something new is happening. I appreciated you on that first day.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was a good um, opportunity to hear from someone who's been in those shoes. And now that I have a national team, it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But as much as I can, we're gonna try to continue to do the show. Uh, at our Thursday time period, and if not, we'll figure out a way to post a show that we've taped, so things will still be different. And we still haven't forgotten about the battle of the sexes. Where now that we have a producer, we'll be able to do that and then show the clips that are associated with that. So more to come. I'm happy with the growth of the Rose Garden, and it's timely because this month I've been spending time at graduations and people's changes, and there's lots of shifts in the universe.
Yeah, I hear you. I think we should um open up to our guest that's joining us again, gracing us with his presence. Also in for DC, Tyree Cassell. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Peace and blessings to you and the family, to everyone who's listening and joining us in the Rose Garden. And I'm really honored and pleased to be here with you all. I was, of course, uh, was told that you weren't going to be here, and that is a wonderful surprise. And to hear the news that you are moving into a national arena, that is just a magnificent step. And that is going to expose the world to the energy and the knowledge that you bring. And that spirit is going to affect so many more people.
I appreciate it. I
And that's
appreciate
absolutely magnificent because, well, here we are. And I have to also say that I'm grateful to be talking to you from the King's Chamber uh, in my garden
Yeah, man,
that
you look like you in a little corner of
I've
heaven
talked
right
about.
now. You look like you're in a
Yeah,
little piece of the Garden of Eden, man. Hopefully, you don't got a little Eve running around that's gonna bring you
Oh
some
my!
forbidden fruit.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
well,
If
I do wait. No, I do have Kali, Kaifi. Come here, sweetie. See, so yeah, I got my girl. I got my girl here. So
well, I do
what
tell
am I
you,
supposed to say?
if your pictures are symbols of anything, every time you see a picture of Oso, you see this majestic showing, okay, like as if the sun itself is talking to him and bringing together the light. So I always enjoy being amongst his wisdom, and I think the wisdom is needed right now because as I said, I've been attending graduations and all these transitional experiences, and I'm hearing from the young people how frustrated they are with this generation, that we're leaving them a mess, that they are having to deal with um, uh, a society and a world that's not what they bargained for, and some of them feel very angry with their family members and their elders. And I was at one graduation where they booed the presenter who was talking about this ushering in of AI and how that's, they're that we're relying on this generation to learn and propel us into future modes, and the young people felt very angry about that. So what that told
Mm.
me was
Mm.
they're very angry, and there's an unsettling, and I don't think that, I'm walking around in this experience too, and I don't think
Mm.
that I recognized how mad our young people were at us until I was sitting in a room amongst their anger.
Mm. It is understandable that a lot of young folks can be very angry now. Part of it, I believe, is because some thought themselves that it would be better,
Mhm.
just better. And if they aren't prepared, then of course it is the elders' faults,
Hmm. Hmm.
because that's exactly what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to lead by example, and we're also supposed to, well, as was as I said before, in terms of children. If you remember Khalil Gibran, whose poem says, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you. They're not." And so at this particular point, he's talking about they are going to be themselves, and we can't force them in any particular way. We are supposed to be the banks for the children, all the waters, the river. The parents and the elders are supposed to be the banks. We help to guide them so that they can flow in the right direction. Am I making sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
Are
definitely.
you with me? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We here.
Okay. And so for a moment there, I thought I had lost you. In the sense that, in the sense that um, because we did not let them know these things are coming back around again,
Mm.
that was our fault.
Well,
But
also,
there are some things and there are some people who have been working religiously to keep children going in the right direction. And we
also,
have to shout out to those because um, I'm proud to say that the majority of my students are successful. And I know that that is because of the guidance that martial arts provides and the wisdom that the teachers shared. And so
that was
I have to,
that was my ask.
definitely say, yo,
That's my ask. What do you do different? How do you, because there's many, you said your students are prepared, but many aren't. So what are some tips? What are some strategies? What are some tools?
it was breaking up a little.
I said,
Yeah, I think that might be on your end also, because You coming in and
I'm
out
sorry,
too.
I couldn't. I'm
I
unable
think
to
that's
discern what you said, but I'm sorry.
hey, it's also breaking up for you too, sister.
He is. He's breaking up.
Yeah, it seemed like
Yeah.
you on not on a good link. But you know, I heard what Oso was saying, right? But I was thinking to myself as he was expressing that when he was saying that it's the elders' fault. You know, I honestly don't believe the elders are prepared for what's happening presently, right? Because you would think that in terms of forward progress, that we don't come back to certain points again in human history, right? So let's just say we already been through human subjugation and the worst of what could happen, you know, in terms of the way humans treat each other. We thought, right? But
Right.
it's like some people, like how Osa was saying that he was working to prepare, you know, his students and make them successful and better. Just basically give them the tools so they could be successful and better. We got to be aware that in the world there's other people that's working to undo those things. You know what I mean? So that's something that I didn't that surprised me. What about y'all?
Absolutely.
Can you hear us
Absolutely.
now also?
I talk about, yeah, it was still choppy, but basically I grasped. Um, I, I have to constantly talk about the benefit of martial arts training because it is about developing uh, the whole spirit, the body and the mind working in unison. And you're talking about character development as well. And children as well as adults benefit from that because you're looking at an expansion of your being and you're more in tune to things around you. Um, and again, I'm proud to talk about that we do have children who are being successful. And so I don't want to make it seem like, nobody is making it. Am I
Right,
making
right,
sense?
right.
I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
just pull it
yeah,
back to that, if that's
yeah.
okay.
We don't want to
No,
project this doom and gloom aspect of things, but we just want to just really be realistic about what we truly are facing. Because you know, also you were talking about how you know you had directly been involved with like human rights, civil rights,
Yes.
and a bunch of you know folks that were out in front that were you know leaders in that sense. And there's got to be some lessons that you learned in that experience that translate to today and things that you know that we need to do. And I guess in our current situation, like you say, like you are, you know, like you are our head elders right now, and we got to take the cues from you and know what we do to you know lay it out for the next generation so that we also are paving a road. So what's your suggestions in that?
to be aware of current events, of course, and to understand history, because Malcolm said history is best qualified to reward all research. And so you can see the cycle that's going on right now. Um, Study and learn more about that project 2025. Am I correct? Is that the one? That big
Yeah.
long document that they are utilizing to tear us apart, um, and to see how they're using the system.
Mhm.
Uh, and right now, the current president is, to me, the best fitting example of the 250th anniversary of America. I think that he is showing exactly what this country is and is about and has been. And so being aware of the government and how it's being played out now. I think that those courses that we need to study or have our children attend are the lectures of some of the other elders. The research of Dr. John Henry Clark would be absolutely magnificent. But Malcolm,
How early do
to
you?
be aware, to expose them.
How early? You know, I have grandchildren now.
5
5, really.
at at, at 2, 1. The moment that they are exposed to the images, the positive images of ourselves, to talk to them also as energy and beings that will be able to grasp the information. Talk to them intelligently. Don't baby talk them. I think understanding that their children is important and allow that to be, but also to give them the grown awareness of life around them. I think you start with that as soon as possible. But we should do that now as well. Look and observe everything.
Yeah, man, I think that's sage and relevant advice. You know, we should definitely do that. And then, you know, also just start preparing based off of what we see, like what the tea leaves are showing us, right? Because it's definitely a direction that, you know, things are heading in a momentum that's swinging in a certain direction. So we gotta, you know, be prepared and then act. Like, you know, also I was thinking like for people who actually, you know, are educating themselves about what's happening and all that stuff, but they don't know exactly like how to be involved, you know? Like what did you see, man, in your experience of how people, you know, the steps they took to, you know, become like more involved in like civil rights activism or human rights advocacy? Like what's their steps?
You know, I, if I look at myself and to come up during the 60s and being involved in the civil rights struggle personally, I was aware of the impact that Dr. King was having in the communities. I wasn't a king. I wasn't a kingite. I didn't believe in nonviolence as being a method that I could employ. I just couldn't do it. And so Malcolm fed more to my spirit. And so getting involved in the movement with my connection to many of the activists in the area, Russell Meeks was one in Chicago. But because of him, I was also connected to with the All African People's Revolutionary Party. Oh my goodness! Through the African Arts Center in Chicago Heights, that my teacher in Ganga Talona was the head of, just the school. But we were connected to Robert Brown, who was the head of that party, and who was secretary in the party, who introduced me to Stokely Carmichael. And so that was part of my connection to the civil rights movement, touring with him as part of security, but also at that young age, I'm still pulling in the information of what's going on in the country. At one point, I possessed the last speech of Fred Hampton in Chicago when he was the Illinois chairman of the Black Panther Party. I was at his house after he was assassinated, I saw the blood, I saw the bullet holes. And so, was I supposed to give you all that part of my history? I'm sorry.
No, but I
Oh,
think that's
man.
delightful, because that's the problem with you brought up was you had leaders, right? And what I'm seeing now is, and what I'm hearing, like what the young people are crying out to us is, who are our leaders? Like you gave us names of these incredibly brave brothers, and who were putting their bodies and their belief systems to out
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
I think that when I'm looking around at crowds and young people, is they're disappointed in the fact that no one, is stepping up. No one is outraged. And when I say that, I was on the same day I was attending the graduation was the same day that um uh the news came out about the Department of Justice deal, where now there's no there's a fund for the January 6th people, essentially, who, and then there's a who really, to me, if what you grew up believing, that was a challenge to our democracy, and then that there could be no repercussion to ever evaluate the Trump family's misdealings with taxes. And so the young people were like, where is the outrage, right? So why should we pay taxes if this, so that where are where are our examples? Where are our people that will lead with that level of energy?
Well, look at the millions of people who have been protesting throughout the country, and that is important. And for the folks who have been who've been participating in that, I think that's something that they can follow and can be involved in for sure, because it's interesting what is going and who is also staying out of that, because you're noticing that the majority of African Americans are not involved in that.
I see that.
And that's because yes, because Dick Gregory, I think, would say, and other kind of stuff would be, white folks have got to fix themselves, period. I mean, that's straight up. I'm not sure, again. No, I'm just being honest.
That's right, man. I appreciate that. I value that your honesty in this way also, because I was wondering too, from those times that you just shared with us that you had experienced with the previous like energies and leadership that was heading up the civil rights movements, and it's all those big names that we know. Like, how does it feel in terms of the way it was then versus how it is now? Like to you, in the
At this point, I'm watching the cult that is running the country, and I am more focused on ourselves and building the community that we have. I'm so honored and grateful that to have both of you in my life, because of the positive energy that you bring, all the way around, all the time. And so I'm looking at how we are starting with ourselves, and to increase and to share, that spirit and energy, throughout the network with Malenga Youssef, to be able to be connected to him and everyone that's branched off, so that we have another energy that is spreading through the company, Am I understand? Am I? I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but I think I'm.
No, man, you're right on.
I
No,
don't
that's
believe
it.
I did. I'm sorry. I went off
No,
in
no,
a
I
different
like,
way.
no, I like what
Please
you said
redirect me
because
again, please, sir.
yeah, I like what you said, sir. Like what you said in regards to us focusing on ourselves, and like you said Dick Gregory had mentioned that white folks need to fix their own problems, and I think that's a constructive critique that applies to all people. And yeah, I think we should be looking at
Oh, I
ourselves and
can't hear
seeing.
you. I'm.
Oh, that's your
Can you hear me,
internet.
I'm
sister?
sorry. It broke up. I'm wondering if I should move closer.
Yeah, I think you might
Yeah,
need to move closer to the access point.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah, maybe
It's
I can.
beautiful. It's beautiful
yeah,
in
If you
your
don't, can I
garden.
yeah, it look beautiful out there though.
say again?
It
So
look beautiful where you at. I know you got to move a little
I
closer, so
think
you got to step out of the
I'm
corner
gonna
of heaven you
move
in.
yeah,
closer to the house.
yeah,
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 That will help the connection. That's
there you
yeah.
okay.
go.
There you go.
So what was you thinking about? What else was saying, sister?
What I appreciate is that
Mm-hmm.
there's an opportunity here for us to nurture each other,
Mm-hmm.
and just even in small groups. And
Mm-hmm.
the health of starts really with where we are in our mind. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that was, I think that was the message you were giving me this week when you were um you know pushing me forward to this new role, and I got kind of slammed on like really day 5 to kind
Mm-hmm.
of like showtime about like control your thoughts in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think that that level, and people don't give enough credit, I think, from a spiritual and a psychological perspective, to like capturing your thoughts, getting in
Mm-hmm.
control of your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because anxiety is a thought related disorder, really. Right?
Yeah, it is definitely.
It's
Mm-hmm.
how we're labeling threats. It's how we,
Mm-hmm.
it's different than like an actual physical threat that's coming when somebody got a bat or a gun. That's easy to kind of identify that threat. But when you are kind of feeling anxious, which is what I hear from our young people and even us as we go through this experience, is that it's uncertain. We don't know how to
Yeah.
feel. We don't know how to behave. We don't know how to react. And that uncertainty is creating a tenor of kind of persistent anxiety, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
won't let up.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but really, it's a thought related disorder. It's a thought related reality. So if we can kind of channel that and say, where are the positive things in my life? And I'm telling you, even amongst all that ugly lift that have happened during the week with all this craziness that's come out, I can tell you some beautiful things that have happened this week.
I
And
hear you on that.
sure, if
Yeah.
I focused on it a bit longer, would I feel better, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so is Ozo back? Is he can hear? Is he back
You
with us?
know, can you can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir. Can hear
Yeah.
and see you.
Okay. Okay. Um, for me, I'm looking at sharing and having special moments,
Hmm.
I'm hoping I'm connecting with what you said, Sarita, because these moments that we have can be they're precious, and what I enjoy is being able to extend those moments.
Hmm.
When I say that, I'm having a magnificent day, it's because it isn't the 24 hours that you might be thinking of. I'm thinking of a moment when it started, when I saw this rainbow back last year. And so every moment that has been magnificent along the way, I'm just counting those, every little thing,
Hmm.
because we're here for, we should be here for a good time. It's not a long time. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just looking at how we can make ourselves better and the world by
Right.
just sharing the positive energy.
Right. But we need to actually, you need, like, we benefit from you, but I really wish it would radiate and extend that's outward, because I don't think a lot of people are feeling that radiation of love. I think there's a lot of people who have been harmed and are being harmed by these experiences. And so what I want to just encourage is not just you continue to do it, but we got to still talk about it.
Hmm.
We gotta invite folk to the party. Like
Hmm.
if you take another beautiful picture on a hill with some light and me and Xadian ain't on that hill, we gonna have some problems also.
Well, it's funny because you used to every time
Well,
I
I
remember
take
that.
well that's one of the things we're gonna have to do.
You go ahead. Also, what were you gonna say? That's what we got to do. We got to do that together. Take a
No,
picture
go
on
ahead.
the hill.
I couldn't hear you.
Hey, I was gonna say, I remember one time. I think it was like for a Christmas holiday, and you had came over, and Sarita came over and saw you, and she kept from that time forward calling you Jesus. Do you remember that?
I call the black Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Black Jesus is among us.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. You
No,
know,
Bob.
um, you know, when you come to the school, uh, and everybody's invited to the best of the best martial arts in Upper Marlboro, we're sharing that positive energy there, and we're cultivating it. Uh, and Malenga has got me now. I'm teaching a part of a Tai Chi class there now, uh, twice a month, and
Mm.
so I'm honored and blessed to be able to be a part of the school actively now. And so, we're inviting everybody, come on by, and so that we can share this positive energy.
Well, can you tell people what is the benefit of Tai Chi? A good colleague of mine just wrote an article about really expanding the spiritual self and again, more of this mindful based practice as we are going into a real sociological like experiments with the level of threat that people in recent years hasn't really had to deal with. And she talked about some of these spiritual practices and Tai Chi was one of them. But can you introduce for people what the benefit is?
You know, when I first started martial arts, it was the external. Karate was the very first thing that was available back in the early 60s. And then I switched to the Northern Shaolin, and with my teacher at that time, Nganga Talona. And as I was developing and with the African martial arts that he was introducing me to as well, he told me that I also needed to start learning Tai Chi. Now, at that young age, I have a lot of fire in me and I'm ready to rip and run. So you telling me you want me to be so calm and so peaceful? I'm supposed to be still. I wasn't having it, but I had to do it. And so one of the benefits of Tai Chi has been the relaxation and the release of stress and tension. And it has been something that helps to ground you so that you feel connected to the earth, to others, specifically yourself. It improves your balance, your coordination, and your breath. And there are many, many Tai Chi masters who have gone on to live well into their 90s and 100s. And so longevity is another benefit of it as well. And your flexibility and the movement of energy within is something that is felt, and our connectedness. and it makes you want to be in peaceful environments.
Right. Is there an age limit? Like, is there an when do we start Tai Chi practice?
Uh, there's a Saturday class at 10 a.m.
Yeah,
and
that's
there
when you
is
start.
I believe there's a Tuesday class as well, and in the evenings. I'm not positive on that one because that's not the one that I've been connected to. But the best of the best martial arts on the website, you can be able to catch it.
Is it for any age?
Any age, any age. It is open. Uh, there are. Uh, it is not something that is taught specifically to young children,
Hmm.
but it can be introduced as well
Hmm.
because it is teaching them to be still and to be in control of themselves.
Right.
And so uh, it's always going to be beneficial, but for definitely for adults.
Mhm.
You know,
Are
I
you?
was recently diagnosed. I'm sorry, brother. Go
You're
ahead.
You
smiling.
go
You're
ahead. You,
smiling.
you go ahead, Serena. What are you gonna
No, I
say?
said you're smiling.
I love it. I love it. I need it. I was recently diagnosed with something called lock shoulder, right? Where I thought I had joined my brother in the land of a torn rotator cuff, right?
Rotator cuff.
I thought I had, right? So because I had a fall, I fell down the steps while I was drinking coffee, reading my text, sending the text message, and reading emails, and so I thought I had
Okay.
my rotator cuff. But what happened was I went to the doctor and they told me I had developed this condition called lock shoulder. And there's no known cause for it. They don't really know what it's caused, but it feels very similar to this rotator. I mean, I was sleeping and I felt this like excruciating pain. As I read deeper into the condition, one of the things it talked about was it could be a reaction to stress, and that the body really has an interesting way of letting you know that there's a problem, right? And that you got to fix it. And so I would tell myself more, that I'm not a stressed person. I don't feel anxious, anxiety, and stress. But clearly, this locked shoulder syndrome, where I can't even raise my arm past a certain um, level now, and I have to do some physical therapy to improve it, because basically the muscles around that shoulder have locked up. And it there's some internal trauma that I'm responding to that won't allow it to move past that, and it's excruciatingly painful. So I bring that up because one of the practices that they talked about was that mindful training and reminding the body that it's safe, because clearly this shoulder doesn't feel safe and I must carry some tension in that shoulder, that to the degree that it locked. um, so this is for people who believe that they can manage stress and manage, but what happens usually is we don't aren't aware of it and we internalize it, and then the consequence of that is something like a locked shoulder, or there are some people who can stop talking, have paralysis, have pain, these somatic symptoms that we can't explain, and then we try to medicate ourselves to death. But maybe trying some of these practices are essential.
Uh, Absolutely. And I will also add that there is some Qigong movements where you can, uh, we're going to have you, just working your body in a particular way. So I'm saying this is going to be some natural movement that'll be easy. So there's no stress for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
Can you do that kind of movement?
right.
And if that's the case, then I'll see you this weekend, and then we'll start from there.
I need to go. I need to go. Well, and brother Xadian really needs to go because, boy, it's his birthday, and not only is his birthday, but when his birthday comes, all these people want to spend time with him. And what I recognized as is that my brother does not say no well, right? He busies his dance card up. And then there's lions and tigers and bears bothering him. And then next thing I know, he said, "Sister, you know this person I don't even like." And I talked to them for 2.5 hours to tell him how much I didn't like them. So we need not only get him in deep practice, but we need him to be able to detect the people that are bothering him and acting as lions and tigers and bears.
Well, also did something that I thought some years back was really wise of him to do, which was him and Mfundisi Bakari. They had posted up like all these videos, right? I think Oso's was like self-defense recipes or something online, and he had some ones of him
That was
doing.
the Malenga Youssef.
Oh yeah, okay, that was Belingo Yusuf. Yes, he was doing the like Tai Chi stuff, but long form, short form, and then some Tai Chi moves that could be translated into like combat or whatever. So I saw those things, and I started picking up on some of the Tai Chi from watching Oso. Oso is very inspirational in the way that he moves, because he also does this dance stuff too. You know what I mean?
I know. He
Yeah,
told me.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the drums and the rhythm and everything. So like when you see him move, it's like really poetic. But why I feel like Oso is inspirational is for many different reasons. So number one was just his background in terms of being like Kung Fu's first fighter. They always say when they recognize him in like the martial art magazines and historically. But Oso was telling me that he was dealing with like chronic pain that he had been managing and all this stuff. But if he never revealed that, you would just never know it, because he doesn't let it be anything that hinders or hampers him. So
Well, now two things. One, for the birthday part that's coming up, I heard you say that you're gonna be celebrating all year.
yeah, that's right.
Year. Oh, year
So,
so.
well, no. Well, because for me, I celebrate my birthday on the 15th of every month.
There you go.
I do something special that I'm going to enjoy. And this past 15th, one of my students contacted me, and I was able to spend the day with them in Brookside Gardens. And so I'm just looking at those little moments we were talking about earlier, how to hold on to them and to create them. And then also the part about how everybody's going to be pulling on you for the weekend that's coming up. And so that's going to be important for you to be able to manage your time and your energy well.
No
because,
doubt.
you don't want to expend so much that it drains you, especially when you're supposed to be receiving this positive energy.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Okay.
That's right. I think we got
Did I
to
make
we got
the point,
You
ma'am?
made
Did I
the
make
you
the
did
point.
point?
you
You
did
helped
you
out,
did
Oso.
also,
You
but
helped
these feminine energies are very disobedient, so they don't know how to give out this positive energy. We gotta keep on coaching them. You know what I mean?
And also, does Tai Chi help you with intimacy? Because I think he needs to open up his heart space, and then once his heart space is opened up, I think he'll be able to see us as less disobedient and more as an adjoining part of his spirit. But right now, he's got this hierarchical nature to his feminine energy. So I'm working on him though. I'm trying to keep him blessed because they and listen, for some reason this feminine energy keep coming after him. I'm like, listen, don't you see him? He's not he can't get to a certain point, but they still hang around. They still hang around.
Well, then that means that his positive energy is attracting everything.
There you
That's all.
go. Thank you, also.
It is. Well, time goes too fast in the Rose Garden. And I just also, before we leave, want to thank Oso for his wisdom and spending some
Absolutely.
great time with us. And again, tell everybody where they can find you at the best of the best one time, real quickly. And then we're gonna just thank you for bringing what you bring to the Rose Garden every time, and this beautiful imagery in the background. I just love it. But let us know where we can find you.
Well, you can always reach me on Facebook, of course. I'm here. But Best of the Best Martial Arts.com. You can catch us there.
And you'll learn some Tai Chi, and maybe your heart will even be open, Xavier. He needs you on. You need a 2-day lesson, Xavier. You need the weekend and the weekday lesson. How about that? Are you in?
Yeah, I'll take it. I embrace all opportunities to learn and grow.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be working on this Battle of the Sexes, folks. We need some people who are interested in being on Battle of the Sexes, because we're going to tape your opinions and play. Oh, so are you going to be on this Battle of the Sexes with us?
No, I'm not battling any sexes. No. There's no battle. There's no battle.
That's right.
No battle.
That's right. I love it.
I want it to be smooth and easy. No stress, no tension. No battle.
This is why every time I see you, I say, "Hey, how you doing, Black Jesus?" He understands. He understands the assignment every single time. I love it. Well, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this going. And as we said before, my brother and I cannot be in the Battle of the Sexes, so we're gonna need your crowd participation. I've already kind of tapped a few people on the shoulder, thinking they would be good people. So, brother, you tapping your people?
Yeah, we want to definitely identify a crew. We be ready.
I can't wait. And we're very thankful to our producer and Anthony, who joined us today and kept us moving. And we'll be here same time, same place, same bat channel, hopefully next week in the Rose Garden. And we got to give a shout out to Meg for making sure she's honest, because she gets upset when that garden ain't tuned in. But things are changing in my life for the good, I hope, and I'm happy when everybody joins us in the Rose Garden. Any last words, brother?
No, I just wanted to salute and thank Oso for taking the time to come and bringing a little bit of corner of his fabulous and magnificent universe in and sharing his wisdom with us. And once again, Oso, thank you, man, for everything you do. Appreciate you.
I'm so blessed and honored. I'm grateful, and I really do hope that I've shared something that has been beneficial to someone. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you so much.
God all right, likewise.
In the Rose Garden, we always love having you.